What if the fastest way to change your life wasn't focusing on yourself? What if the opportunity you've been searching for, the happiness you've been chasing, and the success you've been dreaming about were hidden inside the lives of other people? Most people spend their entire lives asking one question: what can I get? But the people who make the greatest impact ask a different question: what can I give? And that's where everything changes. Because the moment you start helping others rise, you begin rising too. The moment you become useful to the world becomes useful to you. Today, you're going to discover why helping others isn't a sacrifice. It's one of the smartest investments you'll ever make. Stay until the end, because one simple shift in perspective could completely change how you see success. We've been taught a dangerous lie. The lie says, take care of yourself first, protect your own interests, get ahead no matter what, beat the competition, win at all costs. But look around. Some of the most selfish people are miserable. Some of the richest people feel empty. Some of the most successful people still feel lost. Why? Because human beings were never designed to thrive alone. We are connected. Every opportunity in your life comes through people. Every business grows because it helps people. Every leader succeeds because people trust them. Every friendship exists because two people add value to each other's lives. You cannot separate your success from your contribution. The greater the value you create for others, the greater the value returns to you. That's not luck. That's how life works. Imagine two people. One asks, how can people help me? The other asks, how can I help people? Who do you think builds stronger relationships? Who earns more trust? Who creates more opportunities? Who becomes unforgettable? The answer is obvious. The second person becomes valuable, and valuable people are never ignored. One candle loses nothing by lighting another candle. Think about that. Helping someone doesn't make you weaker. Encouraging someone doesn't reduce your potential. Teaching someone doesn't steal your knowledge. Supporting someone doesn't limit your growth. In fact, the opposite happens. Every time you help someone, you develop new skills. You improve communication. You strengthen empathy. You build confidence. You create connections. And often, without realizing it, you open doors that would have remained closed forever. Life has a strange way of rewarding people who create value. Not always immediately, not always in the way you expect, but eventually. Because every good action plants a seed, and seeds grow. Most people underestimate the impact they can have. A kind word, a helpful action, a few minutes of your time. These things seem small, but small actions create massive ripples. Maybe your encouragement keeps someone from quitting. Maybe your advice helps someone start a business. Maybe your support helps someone believe in themselves for the first time. And maybe years later, that person changes hundreds of lives. You'll never know all the ways your actions affect the world, but they do every single day. That's why helping others is never wasted, because impact multiplies. Just like ripples in water, one action becomes many. One life touches another, and another, until something bigger than you exists, because you cared enough to help. The greatest people in history understood something most people never learn. True success isn't measured by what you collect. It's measured by what you contribute. And in the next chapter, we're going to explore why the people who serve others often become the people the world remembers forever. Think about the people history remembers, not the people who only took, not the people who only thought about themselves. The people who are remembered for generations are the people who gave something to the world. They gave hope, they gave knowledge, they gave courage, they gave solutions. They made life better for others, and because of that, their impact outlived them. The truth is simple. People don't remember what you owned. People remember how you made them feel. They remember the problems you solved. They remember the encouragement you gave. They remember the moments when you showed up when nobody else did. Long after money is spent, long after achievements fade, the lives you touch become your legacy. You don't need millions of followers to change lives. You don't need a fancy title. You don't need extraordinary talent. Sometimes all it takes is paying attention, listening when someone needs to talk, helping when someone struggles, encouraging when someone wants to quit, showing kindness when everyone else is cold. Never underestimate the power of simple actions. Small actions create big transformations. And often the biggest transformations happen quietly, without applause, without recognition, without anyone noticing, but they matter, and they always will. Most people help others expecting something in return. Recognition, praise, respect, a reward. But the greatest reward arrives before any of those things. The greatest reward is who you become. Every act of kindness strengthens your character. Every selfless action builds your confidence. Every moment of service develops your leadership. Because helping others changes something inside you. You begin seeing opportunities where others see obstacles. You begin seeing people instead of problems. You begin seeing purpose instead of frustration, and that changes everything. Success starts on the inside. Before you build wealth, you build character. Before you gain influence, you earn trust. Before you inspire others, you become someone worth following. The strongest people are not those who only think about themselves. The strongest people are those who understand responsibility. They understand that their gifts aren't meant to be hidden. Their knowledge isn't meant to be kept. Their experience isn't meant to be wasted. Their purpose isn't meant to serve only themselves. You were given strengths for a reason. You were given experiences for a reason. You were given lessons for a reason. Someone out there needs what you've learned. Someone out there needs your story. Someone out there needs your example. And you may never realize how much your actions matter, but they do. Every single day. Life works like a boomerang. What you send out eventually comes back. Respect returns, kindness returns, generosity returns, encouragement returns. Maybe not from the same person, maybe not immediately, but eventually. Because the energy you put into the world has a way of finding its way back to you. The people who constantly lift others often discover they are surrounded by support when they need it most. The people who constantly give value often discover opportunities appearing unexpectedly. The people who help others grow often find themselves growing faster than they ever imagined. This is not magic. This is multiplication. And the next lesson may be the most important of all. Because helping others isn't just about changing their lives. It's about discovering your true purpose. One of the biggest questions people ask is, what is my purpose? They search for it everywhere. In money, in success, in status, in possessions, in recognition. And yet many people spend years chasing answers that never arrive. Why? Because purpose is rarely found by looking inward forever. Purpose is often discovered when you begin helping others. Think about it. Teachers discover purpose by helping students learn. Doctors discover purpose by helping people heal. Coaches discover purpose by helping others grow. Parents discover purpose by helping their children succeed. Leaders discover purpose by helping others move forward. The common thread is simple. Purpose grows when contribution grows. The more problems you solve for others, the clearer your purpose becomes. Because purpose is not just about what you love, it's about who benefits from what you do. Imagine walking through a dark forest. You carry a lantern. At first, you think the lantern is only for you. But then you realize something powerful. The light doesn't only guide your path, it guides others too. Your experiences are the same way. The struggles you've survived, the failures you've overcome, the lessons you've learned, they're not just for you. They can become light for someone else. And when your story becomes someone else's inspiration, your pain gains purpose. Your journey gains meaning. Your life gains impact. Every successful person understands one fundamental principle. Success follows value. The world rewards people who solve problems. Think about any successful entrepreneur, any respected leader, any admired creator, any influential teacher. They all have one thing in common. They help people. The larger the problem they solve, the larger the impact they create, and often, the larger the rewards they receive. Success is not about asking, how can I make more money? Success is about asking, how can I create more value? Money follows value. Influence follows value. Opportunities follow value. Respect follows value. And value is created when you improve someone else's life. The strongest people don't climb alone. They bring others with them because they understand something important. Helping others doesn't slow your progress, it accelerates it. When you help someone learn, you deepen your own understanding. When you teach, you become sharper. When you encourage, you become stronger. When you lead, you develop wisdom. Every act of service develops the person you are becoming. And that's why helping others is one of the fastest ways to grow yourself. Every person carries scars, disappointments, failures, losses, moments that change them forever. The question is not whether pain exists. The question is, what will you do with it? Some people allow pain to make them bitter. Others allow pain to make them better. The difference is purpose. When you use your struggles to help someone else avoid the same mistakes, pain becomes wisdom. When you use your setbacks to inspire someone who's struggling, pain becomes strength. When you use your story to remind others not to quit, pain becomes purpose. And purpose transforms everything. Your greatest struggle may become someone else's survival guide. Your greatest failure may become someone else's lesson. Your greatest comeback may become someone else's hope. Never underestimate the value of your story, because someone is fighting a battle you've already survived. Someone needs proof that success is possible. Someone needs a reason to keep going. And that reason might be you. The moment you decide to use your life to help others, your life begins to matter on a completely different level. Because true fulfillment doesn't come from what you keep. It comes from what you give. And in the next chapter, you'll discover why giving creates a life that feels richer, deeper, and more meaningful than success alone. Most people think abundance begins when they have more. More money, more time, more resources, more opportunities. But abundance begins long before that. Abundance begins with a mindset. Think about a farmer. A farmer doesn't hold on to every seed. A farmer plants seeds. At first, it looks like loss. The seed disappears into the ground, but weeks later, months later, that single seed produces far more than was originally given away. Life works the same way. Every act of generosity is a seed. Every act of kindness is a seed. Every moment of service is a seed, and seeds have a way of multiplying. Not always immediately, not always visibly, but eventually. The people who give value consistently often discover they receive far more than they expected, because generosity expands your world. Selfishness shrinks it. Some people live with a closed hand, afraid to share, afraid to help, afraid to contribute, afraid there won't be enough left for them. But life rewards open hands. Open hands create opportunities. Open hands create relationships. Open hands create trust. Open hands create influence. The more value you put into the world, the more value tends to return. Not because life owes you anything, but because people naturally move toward those who improve their lives. And that is one of the most powerful truths you'll ever learn. We live in a world where criticism is common, negativity is common, judgment is common, but kindness is rare. And because it's rare, it's powerful. A single act of kindness can change someone's day. A few words of encouragement can change someone's confidence. A moment of belief can change someone's future. You never know what someone is carrying. The person smiling might be struggling. The person succeeding might be hurting. The person standing strong might be exhausted. That's why kindness matters. Not because people always deserve it, but because people need it. And when you choose kindness in a difficult world, you become a source of strength. Sometimes helping doesn't require money. Sometimes helping doesn't require expertise. Sometimes helping simply requires presence, listening, understanding, caring, being there. In a world full of noise, people remember those who truly listen. In a world full of distractions, people remember those who truly care. And those simple moments often create the deepest impact. Trust is one of the most valuable assets in life. More valuable than money. More valuable than status. More valuable than popularity. Because trust opens doors that talent alone cannot. And trust is built through service. People trust those who help. People trust those who care. People trust those who consistently show up. People trust those who put others before their ego. Every time you help someone, you make a deposit into the bank account of trust. And over time, those deposits become relationships. Those relationships become opportunities. Those opportunities become impact. Imagine reaching the end of your life. Imagine looking back. What would matter most? The money, the possessions, the titles, or the lives you changed, the people you encouraged, the opportunities you created, the kindness you shared, the difference you made at the end of the journey. Impact matters more than income. Contribution matters more than applause. Legacy matters more than recognition. And legacy is built one act of service at a time. Today, tomorrow, every day. You now understand something many people spend their entire lives missing. Helping others is not a distraction from success. Helping others is part of success. And in the final chapter, we're going to bring everything together. Because the greatest reward for helping others may be the person you become in the process. As we reach the end of this journey, let's return to a simple truth. Helping others is helping yourself. Not because you expect something in return. Not because you're trying to impress anyone. Not because you're looking for recognition. But because every act of service changes you. Every act of kindness strengthens you. Every act of generosity expands you. Every act of contribution shapes the person you become. The world often teaches us to chase. Chase money, chase success, chase status, chase approval. But the people who live the most meaningful lives understand something different. They don't spend their lives asking, "What can I get?" They spend their lives asking, "What can I give?" And because they give, they grow. Because they serve, they lead. Because they help, they matter. No one reaches the top alone. Every successful person was helped by someone, a parent, a teacher, a mentor, a friend. a stranger. Someone believed in them. Someone encouraged them. Someone opened a door. Someone gave them a chance. And now it's your turn. Your turn to encourage. Your turn to support. Your turn to guide. Your turn to lift others higher. Because every person you help creates a ripple. And those ripples can travel farther than you will ever know. One life changed, then another, until your impact becomes larger than anything you could have achieved alone. So here's my challenge to you, starting today. Look for one person you can help. Just one. One person you can encourage. One person you can inspire. One person you can support. One person you can believe in. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Because changing the world doesn't start with millions of people. It starts with one action, one choice, one moment. And that moment is now. Years from now, you may forget the money you earned. You may forget the awards you received. You may forget the titles you held, but you will never forget the lives you touched. The person who didn't quit because of your encouragement. The person who believed in themselves because of your support. The person whose future changed because you cared. That is real success. That is real wealth. That is real impact. And no one can take that away from you. Because the greatest legacy is not what you leave behind. The greatest legacy is what you leave inside the hearts of others. Remember this: helping others is never wasted. Kindness is never wasted. Encouragement is never wasted. Service is never wasted. Every good thing you do matters, even when nobody notices, even when nobody applauds, even when nobody says thank you. Because every act of good leaves a mark on the world, and every act of good leaves a mark on you. So, go forward, be the reason someone believes again. Be the reason someone keeps going. Be the reason someone smiles. Be the reason someone succeeds. And in helping them become better, you will become better too. If this message inspired you, leave a comment with, "I will help someone today." Share this video with someone who needs this reminder. And subscribe for more powerful motivational content designed to help you become stronger, wiser, and more successful. Remember, the quickest way to rise is to lift someone else. See you in the next video.